Imagine this. You're at 35,000 feet. The world outside your window is a masterpiece of white and blue. Clouds stretch like endless soft oceans below. The low, steady hum of the engines is a lullaby of modern engineering, a sound of absolute confidence. For a moment, nothing feels capable of reaching you up here. You are untouchable. Around you, life is perfectly normal. Passengers are scrolling through their phones, lost in movies or music. Flight attendants walk calmly down the aisle, their movements practiced and reassuring. The cabin light glows, soft and harmless. It's a scene of serene transit repeated thousands of times a day all over the globe. Then, the sound changes, subtle at first, almost imperceptible. The steady hum stutters, once, then twice, and then. It's not a peaceful quiet. It's a wrong quiet, an empty quiet. The in-flight entertainment screens flicker off, then on, then off again for good. The recycled air suddenly feels heavier, thicker. Then, the entire plane gives a sickening lurch, not falling, not yet. But it's no longer climbing either, it feels suspended. Inside the cockpit, it's a different story. A Christmas tree of warning lights explodes across the dashboard. Alarms shriek. Both engines are out, not one. Both. At 35,000 feet, with a plane full of people. This is the kind of thing you see in disaster movies. A scenario so improbable it feels like fiction. But this is happening. In real life, the nose of the aircraft begins to dip, ever so gently. In the cabin, there are no screams at first, just confused looks. People glance at each other, then at the flight attendants, seeking an explanation for the sudden quiet. We don't recognize danger when it arrives politely. Gravity, which had been a constant, predictable force, now takes a deep breath. And then it begins pulling. Your stomach lifts into your throat. The horizon outside the window tilts at an unnatural angle. The cabin pressure shifts with a low, groaning sound from the fuselage. Suddenly, with a startling bang, the overhead compartments fly open. Oxygen masks drop down, dangling on their yellow tubes. That's the trigger. That's when the illusion shatters. The cabin erupts into screams. It's instant chaos. Phones, books, and laptops become weightless projectiles. Drinks that were sitting on tray tables just a moment ago now float through the air. Loose bags drift like trash in zero gravity. The plane is no longer flying. It is now a glider, a 200-ton metal bird with no power. Gliding is not falling, yet. In the cockpit, the pilots' voices are fast, clipped, but not panicked. They are intensely focused. Their training is taken over. Every word is a calculation: distance, speed, angle of descent. They know that from this height, they have only one chance to reach a strip of land. There are no do-overs. Every decision they make now is governed by the unforgiving laws of physics. Fuel doesn't matter anymore. The engines are just dead weight, two massive, useless lumps hanging off the wings. Only the air beneath them remains. Only lift, only the perfect angle to maximize their glide. Below, the earth spreads out wide, an unforgiving patchwork of green and brown. There's no engine restart protocol that can fix this. No second try, just one long, terrifying slide back down to earth. Inside the cabin, the initial shock has morphed into raw, multiplying panic. Some people are praying, their lips moving silently. Others are frozen in their seats, their eyes wide with disbelief. Some are crying without making a sound, tears streaming down their faces. The entire cabin shakes as the aircraft cuts through invisible waves of turbulent air. The massive wings flex up and down, groaning under the strain. The plane drifts like a wounded bird, not crashing, not yet, but no longer truly alive either. It's caught in a terrible limbo between the sky and the ground. Through the cockpit window, the pilots spot it, a tiny gray sliver in the distance. A runway. But it's not a major airport. It's a small regional airstrip. It looks impossibly short. They know their approach speed will be far too fast. They know it's almost too late. But it is the only option. It's that runway, or it's nothing. They have to get the landing gear down, but without hydraulic power, they can only do it one way, a gravity drop. Lever is pulled, and with a series of loud metallic clunks, the gear is released from the fuselage. It falls into place, locking with a hollow, booming thunder that echoes through the terrified cabin. The wheels are down. the plane comes in fast. Way too fast. The ground isn't just getting closer, it's rushing upward to meet them. It's the trees, the houses, it's the cars on a distant road. They all grow larger at an alarming rate. Impact. The wheels hit the tarmac with a brutal, bone-jarring force. The plane bounces hard, lifting back into the air for a heart-stopping second before slamming down again. A shower of sparks tears from the undercarriage as metal grinds against asphalt. The wings shudder violently. The plane skids sideways for a terrifying moment, then straightens out at the last possible second. It's not over. It slides, friction screaming, rubber burning. The end of the runway is charging toward the nose of the plane. They're not going to stop in time. Then the ground just ahead of them tilts downward. The plane bursts through a perimeter fence like it's made of paper. It plows across a field of dirt, then across grass, then across pure, unadulterated terror. And finally it stops. Silence returns. Not the wrong silence from before. This isn't a live silence. The silence of survival. For a long moment, nobody moves. The cabin is filled with the sounds of ragged breathing, quiet sobs, and the uncontrollable shaking of people still buckled into their seats. Then, someone starts to laugh as hysterical, broken sound, thick with tears. Fire crews arrive. They're late but not too late. The emergency slides deploy, and people begin to evacuate, dazed and stumbling, onto solid ground. Later, the investigators will release their report. A rare dual-engine flameout, fuel contamination, total and catastrophic loss of thrust. Later, aeronautical engineers will explain the miracle of the glide ratio, the physics that saved them. They'll talk about angles and lift and drag. But for the people who were inside that cabin, no one remembers the equations. No one thinks about the physics. They remember only one thing: the moment the sky let them go, and the terrifying, breathless feeling that gravity almost didn't bring them back. Thank you for watching. If stories of incredible survival and human resilience fascinate you, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We'll see you in the next one.